All right, y'all. What's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99 back with another video, y'all. All right, y'all. Let's talk about some rankings updates here. I know we've been talking about the same thing. We've been talking about the same fighters over the past few days because it's been a big shakeup in the WMMA world. We've been having a lot of discussion about who the best pound for pound fighters are right now. I haven't really talked about that yet, but we've been talking about the Zhang Weili Tatiana fight, Valentina. Same names been kind of being thrown around here, but I want to just talk about the rankings update here because we got some little shakeups here, some good news for some rising fighters, that are looking to make a statement and become the next threat. Some of these fighters are good fighters. So for some of y'all casuals that don't know, you just tune in. I'm gonna go through the rankings here for Bantamweight because we got to change there. And of course, Flyweight, that's the fire division right now. Then we can look at the Strawweights and let's look at the top 10 pound for pound fighters overall in the UFC right now. So let's look at Bantamweight here first. All right. So starting down here at the bottom, you see I already got Eileen Perez up here. Y'all know why, because she's entered the top 10 last week, which I didn't get a chance to really talk about. But yeah, she's made her way into the top 10. But let's see what else is going on here in the Bantamweight division. First off, coming in at number 15, you got Nora Cornell. As y'all know, she just lost her last fight. But she moves up here because I believe some other fighters have gotten taken out of the division as of now. Number 14, you got Chelsea Chandler. Number 13, you got Jacqueline Cavalcanti, who's fighting this weekend against the number 12, Julia Abula. Like I've been telling y'all, I think Jacqueline Cavalcanti, she's a rising threat. Still need to see what her ground game looks like. And I think Julia Abula might test that. It might be able to test her wrestling. I want to see what Cavalcanti's ground game looks like as far as, working off her back, her get up, her scrambles, especially her takedown defense, because, Cavalcanti, she's more so known as a stand-up artist. She's a solid stand-up artist. That's one reason I'm a big fan of her. So I want to see what Cavalcanti is going to be able to do against Abula's pressure and takedown attempts. All right. So yeah, number 12, Abula. Number 11, Misha Tate. I don't know what's going on with Misha Tate, man. Like, she's still hanging around. So I thought that would have been a good fight for Perez, but since Perez has already kind of surpassed her here, I don't think that fight really does her any good. Number 10, coming in number 10, you got Yana Santos. Number 9, you got Carol Rosa. They still got at number 8, Myra Bueno Silva. For whatever reason, she just moved back down. Number 7, like I said, you got Eileen Perez, who's on a nice little win streak right now. Eileen Perez, I know to a lot of people, she's kind of like the fighter you love to hate or love to simp over. And I think Perez, like I said, outside of her other antics, her growth as a fighter, putting on this win streak right now. I believe she's on a 5-fight win streak. She's somebody to look at as a potential top 5, and somebody that you might see fight for a title shot here one day. And the one thing I do respect about Perez is her work ethic. When she does fight, she's fighting. She's not really just in there showboating or acting stupid. I see some growth in her skills, in her last 5 fights. Each fight you've seen like some improvements in Perez's skills. So with the way Perez is working and with the way she's calling people out, I think that, Perez will be lined up sometime maybe by the end of the year in the title eliminator. Granted, she keeps winning. So let's say they match Perez up with, let's see, Macy Chiasson is fighting Ketlin Vieira next, right? Let's say they do Perez, Norma Dumont, because Dumont wants Kayla Harrison, but I'm sure that Kayla's team might match her up with Rocky, unfortunately. If she can't get the Pena fight right away, they might try to match her up with somebody higher. So I think in the meantime, even though Norma Dumont's calling out Kayla Harrison, they might give her Eileen Perez. All right. So yeah, Eileen Perez at number 7. That is a good thing. We get some new fighters in there. Number 6 is Irene Aldana. Nothing lined up for her yet. I know the head was still healing up. Last time I seen it, the cut was looking pretty good. All right. Number 5, Macy Chiasson. Like I said, taking on number 3. Norma Dumont at number 4. Norma Dumont's another one. Like I said, as long as she keeps making weight, she's another bantamweight that I look forward to seeing getting the title shot or her and Kayla being matched up at some point. You know, she was sliding up in Kayla's comment section on one of her posts, and you know, under the photo, she was like, "Yo, you know, we can do this. You know, we can make this fight happen." So Norma's still chasing that Kayla fight right now. So I like that. If she can't get the title shot, she's looking at the next person that would be available, and that would be Kayla. All right, number 3, Ketlin Vieira. Number 2, Kayla Harrison. Rocky, number 1. And of course, Pena still the champ. With Pena being the champion, I know it kind of holds up the division, so we'll see what's going to happen from here. You know, Juliana Pena might have an injury. She might have another injury. I don't know. But as of right now, she's not in the mix of lining up that fight with Kayla. I think that might not be till like June, like International Fight Week. So we won't see her for another, 4 months, right? All right. So yeah, that's the top 15 for Bantamweight. Not much going on, like I said, but knowing that you have some fighters like Perez, Dumont, and of course Harrison, you know, that's a good thing, that you might start to see these fighters weed some of these old heads out, right? So that's a good thing. And then you got Cavalcanti at the bottom, like I said. All right. Okay, so jumping over to flyweight, we got the top 15 here. Number 15, I don't know why, is Myra Buenos Silva. Myra Buenos Silva gets ranked off a loss, a 30-27 loss to Jasmine. Why? I don't know. That wasn't a good performance. She's on a 2-fight losing streak right now. So I don't know how that gets her ranked. There's other fighters I think they could have put in there or squeezed in there that's only coming off of 1 loss and maybe has some wins. So with all the other flyweights, I don't know why they're not top 15. Okay, so number 15, Myra Buenos Silva. Number 14, Casey O'Neill. Casey O'Neill had fight news, but I believe she's injured again, so she's out of the mix. All right, number 13, Miranda Maverick, who I know was chasing something higher like Andrade, but she might get somebody like Tracy Cortez or Karine Silva. Lipsky wouldn't be bad, who's number 12, right? Ariane De Silva's number 12. Karine Silva's number 11. Can't wait to see Karine Silva get back in there looking, you know, much sharper than she did in her last fight. Haven't heard much from her at the moment. Guess they're working. All right, so coming in at number 10, of course, we got Tracy Cortez. And since losing to Tracy Cortez, though, number 9, we got Jasmine Jasudavicius right here coming in at number 9. Shout out to Jasmine. I mean, even losing to Tracy Cortez, she's able to bounce back and put together a nice win streak and come in the top 10 now. She's number 9 after beating Myra Buenos Silva. And I think that's a spot she's earned. You know, Jasmine's been much more consistent than the fighter that did beat her in Tracy Cortez. You know, she's definitely been putting together wins and looking better. Another fighter I got to give respect for, you know, after losing to Tracy Cortez last year, she's won 4 fights in a row. That's it. That's saying something. You know, 2 finishes and 2 lopsided wins, dominant wins. There's a lot of growth in her. There's a lot of growth in Jasmine. I like what I'm seeing. You know, the long striking, the patient striking, the wrestling, you know, the submission defense, everything, you know, is looking good on her. So I can see Jasmine definitely challenging maybe like a top 5 or a former champ, maybe somebody like Rose next. That could be in lineup for her. Who knows? Number 8, you got Viviana Araujo. Her Miranda, that would be a good fight. I think Viviana Araujo is still a good test for a lot of fighters. Number 7, you got Andrade. Don't know what's going on with Andrade right now. If she's strawweight or flyweight, I guess she'll take whatever she can get. Then number 6, you got Rose Namajunas, who I've been seeing is back to training. So who knows with Rose? Like, Rose might be lined up to fight Macy next, or she could be fighting Andrade in the 3rd fight. Who knows? Or like I said, Jasmine, it's kind of up in the air. All these matches are good matches, and doesn't really matter. Number 5, you got, of course, the top 5 here is the best in the division. And number 5, you got Natalia Silva, who not many people are calling out. And I don't know who she's lined up to fight against next. Like, I haven't seen any posts on her saying fight news coming soon. It's kind of died down. Like, I haven't really seen anybody in the top 15 lined up yet this year. Not like last year. You know, there was a good flyweight report I could do and everybody was matched up. But this year, you know, Natalia Silva's kind of starting off slow. Nothing lined up. But of course, the number 4, Macy Barber, just posted up here on IG. And she said that she has fight news. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me pull it up here on IG. I've been off IG for a while, but on and off, I just kind of get sick of the app here every now and then. So let me pull it up because I still check my updates, fight updates like once a week now. So let me pull it up. All right. So Macy Barber said, I said yes, see you soon. All right. So she's got a fight lineup. She posted that 3 days ago. Could be Silva, or it could be the number 3, Aaron Blanchfield, which, man, that's the fight I've been looking forward to. Either one's good, but her and Aaron, man, that's going to be something. And then you got Aaron also posting something cryptic. What did Aaron Blanchfield say? Aaron Blanchfield, she just posted up, line up the next one. She posted that yesterday or earlier today. So Aaron Blanchfield says line up the next one, and Barber says sign and ready to go. So it could be them. They could be lined up to fight here in April. Who knows? I hope it is, though. All right. Number 2, you got Manon Fior, who we all know deserves a title shot next. Hopefully she gets that shot. She's earned it. Step aside, Whaley. Just saying. Number 1, you got Alexa Grasso. Alexa Grasso's leg should be healed up by now. Alexa Grasso, though, if she's healed up, maybe Whaley should fight her first. Maybe she should fight her first while Valentina, the champ, fights Manon. That would make more sense. Like, if you're that confident in moving up, fight the former champ first to see how you feel at the weight, and then take on Valentina. But I know the casuals and the UFC, they want the biggest they can make. They want champ versus champ right away. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, so strawweight, run through this real quick. 15, you got Tisha Pennington. 14, Lana Pinheiro. 13, Angela Hill, who fights Ketlin Souza this weekend. Number 12, G-Rob. G-Rob is probably one of the more high key players I'm looking at right now at strawweight. Some good growth in her. 4 wins in a row, I believe, right? 11, you got Lupe Godinez, who's kind of been quiet for a little bit. Haven't really heard much from her. All right, the top 10, you got Tabitha Ricci. Number 9, Marina Rodriguez, who's taking on G-Rob. Number 8, Amanda Ebos. Number 7, Yasmin Lucindo. 6, Dern. 5, Lemos. 4, Andrade. Dang, Andrade is still number 4. Number 3, Jandaroba, who's taking on number 1, Yan Janan. And Suarez falls 1 spot to number 2 now. And there it is, the champion, right? Zhang Weili. So not much change there, but you still got your fighters like Yasmin Lucindo to look out for, who might be challenging for the belt at some point. Verna, her and Jan, they have to scrap it out. Will they be fighting for a vacant belt? Who knows? Because we don't know where Zhang Weili is going. Zhang Weili could be moving up, and if it is a move up, might be permanent. Who knows, right? So let's look at the top 5 of the pound for pound here. All right, so top 5 pound for pound, you got Manon Fior. Number 4, you got Juliana Pena. Number 3, Alexa Grasso. Number 2, Zhang Weili. And number 1 is Valentina Shevchenko. Okay, so looks like they kind of switched it up, because I thought the UFC actually had Zhang Weili as number 1. But I do agree with this one. I'm not going to go all into it right now, but I do agree with, Valentina still being number 1 here. And, seeing that she's fought across a couple of weight classes already, and you know how it is with the style matchups and things like that, and accomplishments. So I think Shevchenko is still number 1. I think if Zhang Weili does a little bit more, even in her division, and continue to maybe go on a dominant streak that's almost reminiscent of Valentina's or even Joanna's, then yeah. I had somebody in the comment section try to tell me Zhang Weili had like 6 title defenses. I'm like, where? Show me that. I don't know. I don't think so. Like, I believe she only has 3 this time around, and only 1 the first time, right? She might have a high number of title fights, but Zhang Weili does not have 6 title defenses. If she does, name all 6 people she defended against for me. Okay. But yeah, let's not lie on the champion now. Let's not try to make up stuff. Like, do your research, like I always say, because that's what I'm doing. Zhang Weili's record speaks for itself. You don't have to add to it, because I see 3 title defenses in Lemos, Xiaonan, and Suarez. In the first go round, it was Joanna. Then she lost it to Rose. So 4 total, but 3 on the new run. Okay. So yeah, those are your rankings right there. Like I said, in the Bantamweight division, we got a few fighters to look out for. Then in the Flyweight division, you still got the same, top key players there. And we want to see this Aaron Macy fight here pretty soon. The big fights I'm looking forward to is Marina and G-Rob at Strawweight, Yan Zhanon and Verna. Still want to see what Yasmin Lucindo's made of and what she'll be able to do. And yeah, Shevchenko still rocking in here in number 1 with Zhang Weili closing in. But yeah, that's the whole rankings across the board for WMMA, guys. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. What do y'all agree with, disagree with? Pound for pound for you, who is it? Maybe I'll break it down later and we'll talk about it. Combo Breaker 99. Hit the like button and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.